We gotta fix this mess. Gotta fix this mess. Where did I put that reference image? Okay. You can see me placing myself? Yeah, I'm moving myself around. This is a man, yes. We're working on my brother's freaking character. Vess is a... What do you mean Vess is a man confirmed? The fuck? Right. I need to fix this. Because the strappy-doos... Okay, go away, bot. That was really fast. Holy crap. That was the fastest bot I've seen. Okay, adjusting the hood does nothing. That does nothing. How was my new year? My new year was pretty basic. Nothing special. Christmas, I'm gonna be honest, I was a grouch on Christmas. I was really, really not feeling good. I told you, my brother got me sick. So I was just like, I was not feeling it. I know. The goal was that we were gonna stream when we were down in Florida. But, somebody got us sick. So I brought my mic and my tablet and everything down there for nothing. I can only make the hood smaller or bigger. I cannot adjust it outside of that, which is not good. I don't know what to do about the tassels going into his chest. I'm wondering, do I just, like, put them on a different layer? I don't have my tablet. What am I doing? What am I doing? My tablet's in the other room. Fuck. Yeah, I figured that Skyrim BGM music is used by Asmongold and a few other streamers, that I should be allowed to use it, yeah? Seems logical. Alright, so I don't know how to fix the fact that these tassels are just, like, literally in his chest. Which is really annoying. Because I didn't want to have to do another layer. But it's looking like I might have to do another layer. Unless I can tighten the vest. No, I literally cannot. That's so stupid. Asmongold, the great unclean one in person? Yes, the great unclean one, correct. He's always got the Skyrim BGM music on in any of his, like, clips and shorts, so I'm like, maybe I can also utilize this. Alright, so there's... I can either do tight shirt and fake the hem at the bottom of the shirt. Actually, let's see. Can I adjust the hem? Can I increase waist bulk? Can give it a little bit of a flare, but not much. Flattened navel? Flattened torso? Okay, that just kind of makes it, like, super tight. What does this do? That just kind of gives it a little bit of a flare. Have I been sick since Christmas? Are you... retook the... No! Okay, so, like, I was sick from, like, the 22nd is when I started feeling like absolute dog, to, like, still feeling bad when we left. So the 27th, 28th, I think we left? 28th we left. So I was still feeling cruddy on the 28th, but I wasn't, like, in bed cruddy. It was just, like, my appetite wasn't back. I was still slightly, like, dysregulated. It wasn't that bad. I don't think it was the flu. And I don't think it was COVID, because it disappeared. It was, like, I had issues controlling my temperature. I had head pressure. I wasn't coughing. My nose wasn't really runny, which are, like, typical symptoms of the flu, having, like, coughing and running nose. And I didn't have that. So I was definitely having some hot cold. Not as bad as my brother's hot cold. There's literally no way to increase waste, which sucks. I think the only thing I could do is maybe do this and do a thigh flare. But yeah, so it really wasn't, it was a weird kind of sickness. No bathroom issues, no stomach ache. I had almost no appetite. Yeah, I think it was honestly just, like, the common cold, just a, like, pretty aggravated version of it. The only thing that I've noticed is that while I didn't have a runny nose, I was congested, and I had a lot of chest congestion. So, like, while I wasn't sick for New Year's, and even still today, I'm still, like, expelling residual mucus, you know? I'm still getting rid of some of the chest congestion. No, my brother definitely had it worse than I did. I don't know, maybe because he was the progenitor of the issue. All right, I don't know how I want to do this. I feel like I don't like this. But my issue is that if I choose to erase that, weird stuff's gonna happen. Like, that line is there. So, I need to go get my tablet. Hold up. I'll be right back. I need to go get my tablet. I left it in my other room. Tablet, ahoy. I feel so bad, like, I spent so much on this tablet. I mean, technically I got it for free because I bought it with thank you points, but I spent so much on this tablet, and then I don't, like, actually use half of its features. Alright, where is the wire? And we need to plug it into the computer. Hold on, I'm under my desk. I will return shortly. I can actually get this into a USB port. I'm back. Okay. Plug this in. Beep-doop-beep. I mean, it is still money well spent because, like, this is a really solid tablet. I would say my tablet is better than my brother's. It's not as, it's more sensitive, and I like the pen pressure capabilities of it, but it does come with, like, a, I don't know, what do you call them? It comes with a DAC, basically. It comes with a DAC, and I, like, don't use the DAC, which is supposed to be for, like, quick keys and shit, and I don't use it at all. I'm just like, nah, I don't want to. Where's my cursor? Hello? Hello? No! I have to configure this shit. Hold, please. I must configure. Oh, hello, Fenrir. I missed your post. Remember putting him in address last time? Yes, I did put him in address. Don't out me. Hello? Hello? Update available. Oh my god. I have to update. Listen, this tablet hasn't been unplugged for like 6 months, and I took it with me down to Florida, so when I unplugged it, my computer's like, I don't know what this is anymore. I don't like it. You're gonna have to update everything in order for me to use it again. In order for me to accept it back into the fold. Poor tablet. You're just doing what you're told. But yeah. So I'm like I said, I'm still every once in a while coughing up residual chest congestion. It's very unfortunate and very uncomfortable, if I'm being honest. But it's not like all the time. It's just like mostly in the morning when I wake up, I'm just like bleh. Because he doesn't spit it out. Like, he coughs it up and then he doesn't spit it out. I'm not restarting my computer. That's not happening. I guess we're not using the tablet, so I went into the other room for nothing. Because it's not gonna let me use this. No! I don't wanna restart my computer. We're not restarting the computer. I'm just gonna draw without it, and it's gonna suck, because drawing with a mouth sucks. Look, you already said it, that my brother gets better luck than me. Okay, so this is actually an undershirt? By the looks of it? And then, what about over here? Okay, so that's technically an undershirt. So, I don't know. I like the, like, how the vest sits on the body better. But I don't like how... Why did I erase the hoodie? Can we like, revisit the hoodie? Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna hide this. And we're gonna try just, like, the straight-up hoodie. Let's try the straight-up hoodie and see what happens. And whether we hate it or not. Because, like, I honestly don't know what to do other than that, because I want something that has, like, some bulk to it. There was something about the hoodie, I think the way it sat on the body when you erased the sleeves, that I didn't like. I think that's what it was. No, I'm not putting him in the maid costume. We're trying to get some work done today. Even if it's a little. Okay, so we're gonna shrink the hem down to minus 30 and see what that looks like. That did nothing. Minus 50. Minus 100. Alright, so that kind of really crumpled the hoodie. So if I tighten down the sleeve like that, what happens? And we take this in by 30 maybe? Yeah, I think that's what I didn't like about it, is that it's gonna end up looking... It's gonna end up looking really weird. Okay, good night, Alfonso. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna erase this. Yeah, that's kind of what I didn't like about it. Hey, Nam. I appreciate it, Nam. Okay, so when I tighten the sleeve, it now looks like a box. So let me, like, clean it up, maybe? Let's drop this brush down. Is it shift? Yeah, shift. Okay. How you doing, Nam? Are you eating food? See, like, that's what I didn't like, is that it leaves such a massive gap between his body and, like, the actual hoodie. And I think the only way that I could, like, eliminate that is if I, like, actually carve this back super far. And then it looks even weirder. Nope, never mind. Okay, so that's why we didn't like the hoodie. So we deleted it. You did eat today. How many times did you eat today? Just once? Your Twitch crashed. That's okay. What if we tried the kimono? What is the kimono's parameters? Sleeve width, cuff width, waist width, waist crease, waist narrow broad sash, waist narrow belted. Okay. I might be able to work with this. Maybe. I might be able to work with this. Because all of these lines are just drawn on as texture. So if I take that and I put this back on... it still sticks to the torso. You're still playing Elden Ring? I thought you beat it! Don't look at me as a reference for anything related to Elden Ring, though. I am not going to play that game because I will be very bad at it. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of all of this. There's 100... How many bosses have you beaten? Alright, so... I can work with this. 70, do you have to beat all of them? Or is it, like, optional? Oh, so you're just trying to complete everything. That's way different. Okay, got it. Understood. Okay, so let's drop this down volumetrically to -20. Alright, so that exposes his back. Oh my. And his torso. So we're gonna fix that. So let's drop it down to -10, just to reduce some volume. We're gonna erase these sleeves, so we can see what it looks like. Okay, sleeves are gone. I must have dot somewhere. Alright, so this is not terrible. It's a little bit tight on the... I want to see if I could tighten up the shoulders. And what is this? The shoulder seam. Shoulder puff. We don't care about shoulder puffs. We want a shoulder tip. Shoulder pad. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so let's drop the shoulder pad by -20 just to get it tighter to the shoulder. Let's see if we can bring that torso in. Sleeve puff, cuff, waist crease, waist width. Okay, so we're gonna pop that back out. There's gotta be a torso setting, no? I don't see a torso setting. Alright, so let's actually drop this down volumetrically. 30? I think if I drop it down a little more... That looks like he's a giant punching bag pillow. Let's try 50. Okay, so 50 has a little bit of bleed through, but it does tighten up in other areas where I want it to tighten up, which is kind of good. So I might actually push this further. Oh, the fluffy pillow version? Okay, 60 might be too much. I might leave it at 50 and see what I can do and just, like, kind of live with this. I think that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so what is this? This is that collar on the inside. We don't care about the collar on the inside. We're going to erase all of that, actually. All that's going away. Bye-bye. Wait, what? How do I access the back of the shirt? What? What? Hello, brother. How are you? You're in a fire truck right now? Where are you going? What's the emergency? Okay, I think this is actually gonna work the way I want it to, which is good. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the new model. I'm actually really enjoying it. Okay, so we got rid of all of the miscellaneous. So this actually works. This works. I can work with this. I think I'm gonna just touch this up. And what I can do here is just erase his body. So we go to the skin mask, and we take the black color. Oops. We take the black color. We draw it here. And then let's mess with his physique a little bit on the outfit. But I think this might actually be what we want to do, because the thing is, with the vest, like if I shut this off, with the vest, while I like that I can get the rumpliness of the vest here, the issue with the vest is that I don't like how the layers sit next to each other. Though it is much tighter on the body. But then you also have the interference with this. So with the long coat, I don't have the interference. I don't get the scrumples at the center, which I would like. But I might be able to get that. Let's go back to this and look at the waist. So waist width. Let's turn down all of these settings and see. So I can get like a waist crease, just to get a little bit of volume there. Oh my. I can get a little bit of rumple. Not a lot. But I can make that work, actually. I can make that work. I can make that work. We like the hem tight. What if I did -50? Okay, let's reset that. And what if I did this at -50? No, that makes him look boxy. -50 on this? No, that's weird. Oops. So -50 on that. Okay, that's weird. We don't like that. Okay, so if I do this like that, and what if I did this at -20? -50. It adds a little rumply volume to this. So then let's see, can we get a waist flare? Not enough. Actually, that flares it a little. don't like that. What if I did a negative crease? No, I think this is fine. Okay, so I think this is fine. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start... If I start... Ah, not having my tablet sucks. Okay. So this is good. This works. So what I'm gonna need to do is... all of this line stuff is gonna go away. None of that's gonna exist anymore. But I think this is a good length to work with. Alright, so we're gonna stop messing with this and we're gonna go mess with the pants. Let's mess with these pants. Let's see if there's better pants. Base pants with drop crotch. What if I took 3/4 pants? Let's try that. It has some like natural creasing in it. No, that's not gonna work. Go away. Let's try. Pants. Regular pants. Okay, this is the same as the other pants. So definitely a no. Let's try something else. This one has a lot of... Alright, so where's the crease setting? Tighten knees. Wider knee triangles? What the fuck is a knee triangle? Pant crease. Okay. We like this. We like the pant crease. We're gonna... Can we even up that more? 150? Super crunkle pants? Potentially. Potentially. Add pleats. We don't like pleats. No, get out of here. Square pants? No square pants. Okay. Okay. Roll up hem. Roll up hem. Puff hem. No, we don't like that. Okay, so we're gonna drop the pants crease back down to 100. And I just need to get this over his knees. So, tighten hem. Tighten hem. It does the same exact thing. That one tightens all the way up, though. So let's go back and look at our reference image. This is what I mean by, like, I just kind of cough randomly. Because chest congestion. Okay, so his pants sit around his ankle. And they're super crunkly. This is actually a drop crotch. So I might actually just use the drop crotch pants and see what they look like. So let's add the drop crotch pants. Holy crap, that's so low. What the fuck? And let's add crunkles. Alright, we added crunkles. Crunkles do not look as good on these pants. flatten crotch. Can I bring the crotch up? Minus 50? Minus 150? This is not doing us any favors. I don't like this. We're getting rid of it. Okay, we're going back to regular pants. We're going back to regular pants. Alright, so let's focus first on... Oh, I can just set the crotch height up here. Alright, so let's try that again. I didn't realize I could do that. So if I put on the drop pants, and I go back to here... No, I can't even adjust it on here. Freaking, it lied to me. Okay, back to here. Again. So let's look at adjusting this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the overall volume down by 20. We're gonna tighten up the pants. Alright? They look better. What does expand pants backward means? Okay, that's kind of cool. So we can make it billowy? Do we want that? Kinda. His pants are pretty billowy. So let's set this to like 25. And we'll set this one at 25. And that should give some volume. And then let's also set this one to 25 and see what happens. So not bad. Leg shape femme, leg shape mask. I wouldn't mind tightening up the waist, so we're gonna tighten up the waist a little bit. Not to the point where it cuts into his body. He's got no butt. Like, at all. Zero butt. Maybe we leave the pants the way they are. Okay. So, what does move hem mean? Oh. Where it's positioned on the leg? Interesting. Let's set that back to 0. These are pretty, like, dead on. Okay. So, widen leg opening does nothing. Leg opening does nothing. Leg opening forward does nothing. None of these do anything. Widen waist? No. We like the waist where it is. Leg width does nothing. Expand leg forward? What? What? Why do those pants sit so high? Alright, we're gonna turn... We're gonna delete... Not gonna delete that one yet. We can delete this one. Fuck this. This can go away. Okay. We're gonna turn this off so I can actually see shit. Holy crap, why do those pants go up to his fucking pectoral muscles? Okay, let's address this. You're back. Welcome back. Tighten hem. We're gonna tighten that up. I just want to understand why the waist sits so fucking high. Like, what is that? I don't even know what this this does. This doesn't do anything. Doesn't actually do anything. Okay. Why this has such a high waist is, like, beyond me. Go away. Go. Nobody wears pants like that. Okay, that might be too low. You can put some of your pants back. But this can go. You don't see the issue? Okay, so then let's get rid of this at the bottom here. Actually, I want to see if I can tuck that upward rather than removing it, because I like the hem on the bottom, and I would like to see if I can bring that upward. So, tightening the hem just makes it tighter to the leg. Puffing the hem expands it. Roll up the hem doesn't bring it up. Okay. I do like the tightening of the ankle. There we go. Okay, raising the hem. So now let's raise that hem 150. So I'm looking at the reference image, and it comes up to, like, halfway through his calf. So it has to maybe be 200? Probably even more. 250? But now it looks like a plate. Raise front hem, raise bad head, Okay, so all it's doing now is just, like, a weird compression. Which I'm not a fan of. Because, like, now it's creating, like, this plate almost. Which I'm not really digging. So I'm gonna actually, like, wait, if I raise this by -50, does that, it fixes the problem. Okay, that fixes the problem. Okay, so we raise him by 250. We're gonna lower the ankle by 100. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we're gonna lower it by 75? No, let's just -60. I don't want to create too many rumples. -50. Alright, so this is fine. So now let's tighten the hem again. Okay, so it's cutting into the back of the leg. So I think I need to reposition its location. How do I... Changing that doesn't change where it is. This is broken. It's not working. So I'm gonna just have to deal with whatever I can get here. Tighten up the waist a bit. Okay. Now let's go back to... Let's drop that back to where it was. So he's got around the knee region, it puffs out. But we don't want it to be too angular because it's gonna look weird. Looks like that's a little too pointy. Can I tighten the hem a little more? No, because it's starting to clip his leg. Well, actually, I can. I can just erase his leg. So let's go back to socks. These are default socks. We have shoes. Alright, so I'm gonna hit save. We're gonna override these items. I'm gonna pick new socks and shoes for this man, because this is pitiful. Socks. He's got like these really weird socks. Is there a thick sock here somewhere? That might just have to be it. Okay, shoe. Cute. No, he's not wearing boots. He's wearing sneaks. Where are the sneaks? They're the high top sneakers. So these don't work. That's a little too edgy. Where are the high tops? I know there's high tops in here. That kind of works. Or is this better? This is a good base for me to work with. Yeah, that's a good base for me to work with. Okay, so I think I can get this to work now. Alright, so now we're looking at this navy color. And I have... Let's add 2 layers here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna... These were just sketches that I did. I'm gonna export it. Chart pattern. 1. Save. And import it onto this layer. Okay. Now we're gonna do this. We're gonna export it. Shirt pattern 2. And import it onto here. So now we have the full Google Okay, something is strange here. There's some interesting bleed happening. What is that? And why does it appear like that? The pattern is all screwed up. I see what happened. So if I turn this off and I turn this off, this torso piece is much tighter than the torso piece for this one. So it's not reading correctly because this technically sits really high. So I would have to export it, stretch it, and then like lay it out to make this work the way I want it to. It basically needs to be brought down. Yeah, and you can't move the layers. Okay. Alright, so that's a easier solution than not. So that whole thing just needs to get brought down, basically. Not too hard. Alright, so now let's add a base color. Uh-huh. Now we see where we punched holes in things that we didn't want to punch holes in. Okay, filled that in. Let's fill this area in. Shore up this neckline a little bit. Hello? Infill? Too much infill. Okay. No one's gonna be looking up in that direction, so I think we're okay leaving it the way it is. What's that? Get out of here. Weird spike. What's this weird spike in his armpit? Genuinely curious where that was. Okay. So, not bad, not bad. We got the shape we're looking for. I just need to do some adjustments. Now, to the pattern. The pants is sort of where we want it. I want to see if I can get that shin to bulk out a bit. But yeah, this is essentially trash. Go away. I can't get rid of it. I can just erase it. I can erase the whole thing. Okay, there's nothing there. Can't bother me if I can't see it. Alright. So we have these pants. Now let's try and bulk out that shin. None of those things are actually doing anything. Alright, so this is knee puff. I can tighten up the knees and then bulk the shin. Lowering the knees does nothing for me. I think the rest I'm gonna have to do with, I'm gonna have to do it with, Actually, I'm wondering if I drop this back down, can I tighten it up to look like that sock is actually just, and then just draw it on? It would have to be, what, like 130? Just a little bit above the shoe? And then if we tighten that ankle... Oh my god, I really want to be able to move the head. Oh, there we go. Now it works. Now it's working. Okay. So let's... That's about as tight as I can get the ankle without it looking weird. Okay. Let's actually raise ankle to 50. No, minus 50. No, it's gotta be more, actually. Minus 100. Let's reduce the tightened hem. Reduce the tightened ankle. So now let's actually tighten up the hem and see what happens. Let's tighten up the hem more. shift the X direction inward a bit so we're not like losing the leg. Go back down. So then let's try tightening the ankle. That's about as tight as I can get it. Got the leg starting to pop out. I want to tighten. Can I tighten the hem even more? What if I reduce the crinkle? Okay. Reducing the crinkle actually kind of gives me a little bit more of what I'm looking for. So now let's gradually increase the crinkle. Set it at 50%. And let's reduce the volume. Let's put that back into the back. Of the pants backward. Oh, why did I say you confuse? Because, like, you do these runs that are just so out of pocket for the game, in my opinion. And somehow succeed, and it makes no sense. And, like, the other thing is that my brother and I have literally had Uma streams giving advice on, like, the most optimal way to run a character, and you just completely ignore us and do your own thing, and it's just so funny to me. You listen sometimes? Okay. I'll believe you for now. Okay, that's fair. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to create a crease. Winning isn't the only way to. No, I know, but winning definitely helps. Speed is not all you need for Aaron McKinnon. Don't even kid yourself. You know that's a lie. I wish I could just, like, puff right here without puffing other areas. If I lower this 100%, what happens? Nothing. Yeah, you know why you got away with that? Because you had like 500 stamina, and you were running Agnes Tachyon, who has the, UMA squared, which is a recovery skill. If you were running any other Uma who didn't have a recovery skill as their primary skill that scales with your fans, you probably wouldn't have been able to complete that. That's just the truth. Okay, I think I know what I have to do. We're gonna raise the hem back up to 250. And what I'm gonna do... Oh, I just did some weird shit. Let's release the tightness of the ankle. Why is the pants doing that? Alright, we're gonna restart on this. We're gonna restart. But I know what I need to do now. Okay, so we're gonna restart on the pants. I'm gonna hide these. Wait, these are not the right pants. Okay, these are the pants. Alright, so we're gonna restart on the pants because I don't know what I did to screw up the creasing. So we're just gonna start from the top because I think I have a good idea of what I want now. I don't want to draw, I want to erase. Why are you drawing? I said erase! I don't want to draw, I want to erase! Why is it bugging out? Oh my god, it's just drawing. It's not letting me erase things. What is this bullshit? Whatever, I can still mess with the parameters. I'm not saying it's impossible, Nom. I'm just saying that, like, if you were to try and run that outside of running the campaign, that strategy doesn't work. Alright, so let's just turn this off for now. So I can actually see what the frick I'm doing. And for whatever reason, it just doesn't want to let me erase things. It's just going to only let me draw on it, which is annoying, but I can fix that later. So let's focus on... We made the pants crinkly. We're going to do a -20 up here to tighten up how that looks. Because I want you to be better. You have the potential to be better. Okay, so we're gonna raise the front hem. Nope, not the... Actually, doing that is kind of cool, but no. So raise hem to 50. And that, like, ultra compress the pants. So now we need to bring that up. Oh, that created weirder things. Okay, we're tightening up the hem. We'll worry about the fact that it's, like, popping the shins later. Or popping the calves later. I'm gonna tighten up the ankle now. Let's shift our Z-axis. Okay, we're looking good. volume to the pants. Okay, so now... there is no reason to tighten the knee. I just need to create a crease. Actually, that's kind of what I want it to do. I think I need to shift it on the Z-axis a little more. Oh. No, focus on the leg, and then we can always widen the ankle. Okay, I think this is how I want the pants to look. It's not perfect, but it's better than the previous set of pants. For some unforsaken reason, I'm unable to do anything but draw on this for whatever reason. It does not like erasing. So, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is by exporting this texture. And then drawing everything. I don't think I can get this higher on his calf without screwing something up. So, we're gonna leave it at that. Alright, so I'm gonna export this. Pants. And we're gonna export the guide. Pants guide. And we're gonna throw it into Photoshop. Whoop. File open. Pants guide. File open. Pants layer. Okay. Now Control A, Control C, Control V. I'm gonna get rid of all the gibberish on the outside, because I don't care about it. Okay. And we can erase this as well. We don't need this. Doing this without my frickin' tablet is going to suck. Okay. So we have our pants layer. And what I'm gonna do is modify the texture. Okay, so his pants that he picked are like this beige color. So let's get this beige color. And let's go to blending options. Go to color overlay. We take the beige color. Poo beige color. Holy shit. Okay, so he's got... This is an AI generated image, so it's not like flawless. So what we want to draw in here is he's got pleats that run down, seams rather, that run down, like the seam disappears here because AI doesn't know what to do with it. But I like the seams. I think the seams add a lot of character to the drawing. So I'm gonna do the front seam and I'm gonna do the back seam. We're not gonna do a side seam. We might do like a little bit of a side seam, but it's not gonna be like an actual full-on seam. Alright, so we have... This can go away now. We have this. Let's mess with this actually. We wanted to screen? No? Multiply. Okay. Because I do like... Actually, let's look at the where those seams are. So that is a side seam. Maybe we just leave the side seam and don't do the front seams? But I kind of like the front seams. They add, like, some dynamic to the pants. So I might just, like, copy the seam. I did not say cut the seam. I said copy. Oh, because this is a... layer style. Paste layer style. I'm just gonna move this. Why is it darker? What the fuck? Does the... Oh my god, it actually has a taper shade. Okay, so we can fix that. I want to see what that looks like. We're also going to take this. Still be this much. Bring this down. Right, so then let's try exporting this and see what happens. Okay. Now let's import the new pants. Okay. So, I do like the seams. I think I need to smooth them out, obviously. And obviously get rid of the grid. But I like how it sits on the body. I think this is too high. Let's actually put the shirt back on so we can see where everything sits. I could drop it a little more, but it's not the end of the world. Because remember, this is going to be over it. So, not the end of the world. But, what I want to do here is take a look at this. Because I want to know where I'm drawing the pockets. Oh, now it wants to erase shit. Motherfucker! Alright, so the pockets are going to be... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, starting on the 8th square. That's where the pockets are. And it's probably going to go down to 9, 10, 11, the 11th square. I'm probably going to do them like that. back to here. Now, what I want to do here is blur tool. Let's up the brush size. Merge these. Well, that doesn't work now, does it? So if I take... throw this away. Stick a blending option. And let's lighten it. No, I think we're gonna lighten it like this. Okay. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, because the drawing has like a natural shaded contour to it. So if I want to do anything that looks a little different, I have to adjust it. So I'm gonna have to do some clipping and touching up here. So let's chop this. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. Actually, I can leave that where it is. Alright, so we said it was on the 8th square. The 8th square... Let's see, where's the 8th square? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's show rulers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we want the pocket to appear in this zone. And it runs along this hem here, right? It comes off the hem by 2 squares, 3 squares off the hem. So 3 squares off the hem puts us... we could do 3 and a half. Hey Rose, what's up? My tablet hates me. It doesn't want to draw. I unplugged my tablet and it's asking me to restart my computer in order to get it to connect, which is very, very unfortunate for me. Alright, so we have our hemlines. We have the belt. Made a Blue Sky account after the whole mess on X. Are you talking about how, like, X now allows you to do generative AI off of any image that's posted? I don't post images on there anymore. What's the other thing? Did I miss something? What did I miss? For context, I've been sick for the CSAM. There was CSAM on X? And it wasn't taken down? What did I miss? Grok generated it? Oh my god. Wow. That's super effed. I mean, not to play like, I mean, not supporting it in any way. Not necessarily, like, but I am playing a bit of devil's advocate here. By all accounts, any generative AI can create CSAM. The fact that Grok is doing it either, like, unprompted or whatever is another thing entirely, but the reality is that anybody can use generative AI to do something that horrible. You can do a lot of horrible things with AI beyond that as well. It's really unfortunate, but when you have a robot that doesn't know moral rights from wrong, there's no way to teach it, in my mind, in our lifetime, to teach it moral right from wrong so that it wouldn't do that. Because you can refine an AI model so that it will create... First of all, AI models can't even generate a human body in the correct proportions and anatomy. There's a lot of 6 fingers, triple nostrils, unaligned facial features, body parts that are not in the right locations. Like, it can't even generate a proper human body half the time. So, to try to teach it moral right from wrong about what is acceptable to generate is, like, another 100 years, and not 100 years, but, like, definitely probably not in the near future. I mean, so that's the thing, though, because, like, to code protections like that, I would imagine, as someone who doesn't know anything about coding, that to code protections like that would be extremely hard to do without limiting the bot itself from being able to create anything involving just involving the kids. You know? I mean, maybe you could have it so that the bot is unable to create things with certain words that are in the description together, but I feel like people are horrible and can become really creative about how they word things. You know? Like, for example, you could do a prompt, say, generate an image of a child playing with a basketball. And let's say we ban having the word child and basketball together. You could say, generate an image of a young human under the age of 10 playing with an orange ball that is used in the NBA. But that's what I'm saying, like, it's hard to generate restrictive measures for a for a robot when people can just be really creative with how they describe things. You can get around, like, people get around restrictions all the time just by wording things differently. So yeah, it's definitely gonna limit, like, the uncreative people or the people who are really lazy, but it's not gonna limit people who are determined to get what they want out of the AI. There is, like, no way, in my mind at least, to create those restrictions in an effective way without completely eliminating, like, without just saying straight out, AI cannot generate image of children. Like, that would literally be the only way. Because an AI doesn't know what nudity is. An AI doesn't know what is an acceptable physical form to be displaying. I get, like, the idea. I agree with you that there should be restrictions, but I don't know how you would teach a generative AI those restrictions. That's what I'm saying. You know? Because you have adults that look very young. You have children that look very old. An AI can't disseminate that like a human can. Like, I can look at a cute, you know, Asian girl and know that she's probably 30 years old and not 12. But an AI is not going to know that. So how do you teach an AI that? I'm not a programmer. I have no experience with that. And I'm not trying to make excuses for this either, because I also agree that it's extremely wrong and there should be restrictions. I just don't know how you'd go around about doing that. I don't know anything about coding. I don't know anything about AI and how these I don't even know what they're called. Systems work. So I would have no idea where to even start in creating a restriction, but I agree there should be restrictions. So I don't know. It is pretty screwed up. The fact that Grok is kind of more automated than, you know, ChatGPT in that sense, and that he's just pooping this garbage out. But I mean, he was also pooping out garbage saying that, like, you know, that, like, Hitler and Nazis were great, were good people. He finally made it home. What was the emergency? Where we were talking about how Grok is kind of going off the rails and doing really unhinged things. More than usual. Very, very unacceptable unhinged things. Someone flipped their car. Were they okay? Damn. Okay, so the person got really lucky. Good, good. Jesus, that's so freaking scary. Have you witnessed a Jaws of Life use yet as the volunteer firefighter, or no? You have used, but did you use it in like a training, or it was like a legit scenario? But was it a training? Yeah, so it's training. Training doesn't count. I'm saying, did you have to do it in a life or death situation? Training doesn't count. I'm not saying that it's not cool that you learned that, because that is pretty damn cool. But you haven't used it in a life or death situation yet. That's still pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, god damn it. I want to use my tablet, but I don't want to restart my computer. Back to like the Blue Sky versus X thing. Like, I have both accounts, but I find like Blue Sky is kind of dead from my experience. No, it's telling me I have to restart the computer for it to accept it. It's really annoying. I don't really post on either account anymore, because I'm really bad. But I feel like I should be posting again. Or more. I don't know. Guess what you did today? What did you do today? I think I'm gonna have to do pinpoints here. No, not freeform. Pen tool. basement through the boiler door and filled 6 garbage bags of junk in the basement. Wait, in our basement? Our parents' basement? Does she know you did this? Are you sure it's actually junk, though? When you say junk, what do you mean? Why do we have fencing swords? Okay, you do realize that those Team Rocket packs and those fossil packs are worth a shitload of money, right? You know, eventually she's gonna notice that you're rummaging in her stuff. Well, no, because, like, what I mean is, like, she's gonna walk down there and realize stuff is missing. I mean, I'm not saying don't do it, but you do realize that, like, you do realize that there's a good chance she's gonna stop talking to you for a very long time if you do this. As long as you are aware and willing to accept the consequences of your actions, that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to discourage you from doing it, because I know there's a lot of crap down there. There's empty boxes down there? Like, totally get rid of the empty boxes, if there's empty boxes. To be honest, like, I think what you should do is... already told Momo and she probably Already told Momo and she probably will stop talking to me in like 1 to 4 months. Literally present, fully wrapped, sitting down there for decades. You're gonna send me pics? Oh god. No, I'm aware of the amount of bullshit that's in the basement. I'm not immune to the fact that there is a bunch of bullshit down there. But what possessed you to do that? Like, it's like you have a death wish. And the thing is, like, how do you, like, what do you mean by party favors and stupid bags? Oh, I know we have a fireplace down there. Have you never been in the house next door? The house next door is identical to ours. And yes, there's a functioning fireplace down there. Our neighbor's house is identical to our house, and I babysat for them for like 10 years. So yeah, I did know. Yeah, no, I was fully aware that the basement has a fireplace, and that we've never ever even used it or touched it. Well, okay. So, my question to you is, are you, like, actually throwing things away? These are, like, full-on toys. Oh my god, I had no idea how much shit was down there. It's worse than the last time I was down there. Christ. No, it's like a lot worse than the last time I was down there. It's just a dumping ground. No, I'm not putting it up on stream. I'm not gonna do that. That's mean. That's mean to our mother. They don't need to know about mom's hoarding. I'm sure there is a lot of that down there. Okay, but again, what you're considering junk, are you saying it's actually junk, or is it stuff that's, like, sellable? Yeah, dust can smell old. Magazines, papers of what, though? I totally understand the wrapping paper and the magazines, but, like, what papers are we talking about? Like, the balloons can go. Why the hell are there balloons down there? I think the recipes you should take pictures of, but the other stuff you don't need. Recipes you should take pictures of. Okay, so the other question is, what did you do with those bags? Did you just leave them outside? Or did you, like, take them to the dump? Whoa, 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 you threw out Polly Pockets? No, Polly Pockets, bro, Polly Pockets are actually worth money. Sell that shit. What is an incomplete Polly Pocket set? Like it's missing the actual Polly Pocket? Oh, okay, so if there's, like, any kind of unopened toy, definitely save that. Also, you do realize that, like, the freaking Lapras booster packs sell for a lot of money, right? The Team Rocket packs actually sell for a stupid amount of money too. What? Well, that's assuming if people are actually buying it at these prices. But yeah, they actually sell for a dumb amount of money. Yeah, because you can actually weigh them for the foils. But like, well, yeah, you can weigh them out for the foils because there's actually a significant weight difference. I mean, as a significant quote unquote for paper. But yeah, are you gonna sell them? And are you going to keep all the money for yourself? Oh, man. Listen, I don't live down there. I can't help. And probably by the time I get down there, you're gonna have everything fleeced out of value. Every Wednesday? Dude, you're gonna get your ass beat. You have so much free time. Don't even. You stream in the mornings? I'm not getting your stream notifications if you've been streaming in the morning. So what did you do with those 6 bags of trash? Did you just put them in your car? Or did you actually make it to the dump today? Ah, I see. Have you told Dad that you're doing this? Or you're worried that he's gonna blab? I'm sure Pop's encouraged you. When she finds out, I'll back him up! I agree. I agree. As much as, like, I commend him for wanting to back him up, you know that Mom will fucking destroy him if he backs you up. Because that's just how Mom be. Sorry for anybody who's recently joined the stream. We are talking about, the unfortunate situation in our parents' basement. What do you mean? When she finds out, I will give her the option. Option of what? Finish your sentences before you hit enter! Don't leave me on a cliffhanger like this. I mean, okay, that's fair. That's fair. But are you, like, consulting Dad on certain things? Because I'm sure there's some stuff down there that he would want. Oh, yeah, no, she's a fucking ornament hoarder. We know that. Mom has enough Christmas ornaments for, like, 3 Christmas trees. And I don't mean 3 Christmas trees, like 3 normal-sized Christmas trees. I literally mean... Sorry. Something just flew in my mouth. I literally mean Mom has enough ornaments for 3 Christmas trees that are our size Christmas trees. And our Christmas tree is way bigger than the average Christmas tree. Our Christmas tree is a 6-foot diameter Christmas tree. That is not a normal size Christmas tree. Most Christmas trees are like 5-foot diameter Christmas trees. I know. I totally understand that. Like, why she's sadly stressed and annoyed at the holidays. Like, it really makes me sad that she, like, gets so stressed out over something that literally the holidays, we can spend the entire holiday in our PJs and not ever touch the china, and she'll still be stressed out. No. This is a fun conversation. I'm enjoying this conversation. Look, I am discouraged to try and continue drawing because I cannot use my tablet. I'm being so for real with you. So, like, this is fun conversation for me. Because drawing without a tablet is fucking hard. You get so, like, drawing with a mouse is literally the most heinous thing ever. Look, I'm all for it. I'm just worried you might throw out something that is not good to throw out. But I think you should just start listing things and selling them. Or ask me if I want any of it. Because I know there's, like, some really cool shit down there. I know there's cool shit down there. But I also know there's a lot of garbage. Oh no, I'm aware she has no idea what's in the basement. Well, you can save those. Yeah, save those, because that's like a one to 2 year timeline here, and I will probably end up using them. Is it, like, our hand-me-down stuff? Or is it, like, new stuff? New stuff. All, like, that's crazy. That's actually fucking crazy. Is that a mattress that I'm looking at in the picture? Get the fucking mattress out of there. What the fuck? I know whose mattress that is. That's the mattress that goes to the toddler bed. Yeah, the toddler bed that no one's used since they were like 7 or 6. That's what that mattress is. No, this is Skyrim music. This is Skyrim music. The ceiling is asbestos, but touching the ceiling isn't going to cause you a problem. It's breaking the ceiling that's going to cause you a problem. What do you mean, no? Okay, so let me tell you something. Brother, I work in this industry, so unless you are literally smashing those tiles, it's not that bad. I promise you. Touching them is not going to cause problem. I don't know. That ceiling isn't one unit. Those are individual tiles. I understand that. I understand that. So, like, what is your end goal here, other than just, obviously, like, cleaning the mess? You'd be surprised how durable... So, like, you intend to, like, fix the basement, is what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to know. You want to actually use it. Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Okay. So, those asbestos tiles, unless you smash them in half, are harmless. If it falls out of the ceiling, but doesn't break, it's harmless. I'm telling you the truth here. The exterior of my house that I am living in right now is asbestos siding house. This house is 115 years old. That's how old those asbestos shingles are on my house. So no, unless you are literally breaking those tiles, if they come out of the ceiling, it's not gonna kill you. I do not think they will crumble. No, I mean... I agree, yeah. But before you take those down, you'd have to plasti zip literally every opening, and every vent, and the fireplace. You need double bagged 6 mil bags, or whatever, 3 mil bags, something like that. You do also realize that, like, the floor tiles in that room are also asbestos, right? Like, that was, like, a super common thing. So, like, for realsies, unless you plan on scraping everything off that floor, your best bet probably to just be to go to Home Depot and buy some good LVP and throw it on the top. I'm not even joking. Just go buy some good LVP and throw it on the top. The vinyl plank. I'm being so serious. Just throw right on. Not liquid vinyl, the vinyl plank boards, you dumbass. Yeah, the vinyl plank boards. The stuff that I'm putting down in my house, basically. Because then all you'll need is a transition strip on the entrance to the doorway. Yeah, obviously the ceiling has to go. But are you gonna sheetrock the ceiling, or are you gonna put a drop ceiling in there? What are you gonna do? So what, you're just gonna replace the asbestos tiles with the normal acoustic tiles? Okay. Dude, honestly, if we're being smart about this, you could literally turn that whole kitchen bathroom setup downstairs into a whole ass, like, legit apartment and still have enough for like a den down there. Into your own apartment, you're gonna move into the basement? You're gonna earn this house one way or another? Bro, you are not inheriting the whole house. There are 3 siblings in this family. Why do you want this house so bad? That's what I don't understand. Like, you actually want to stay on Long Island in one of the most expensive, like, literal areas ever? Go away. I honestly can't believe you want to stay there. That's what's mind-blowing to me, because it's just... It's so fucking expensive. There's so many other nice places that you could live that are not even close to as expensive as that area. You're becoming you've been at the firehouse for a month! You can't become tenured at the firehouse in a month. That doesn't matter if they like you. Alright, whatever. Anyway, I'm done streaming for tonight. I haven't done anything in the past 30 minutes because I've just been talking to you. Look, I don't know. You're not gonna be able to buy the house out under from Dad. You understand what that house is worth? And Dad's never gonna give it to you because he wouldn't do that to me and Momo. So, you would need to be able to buy out our portion of the house inheritance and also buy him a house. No, I think your strategy is good. You can send me pictures. You're just gonna buy him a house with the job you don't have and the money you don't have? Oh, okay, so you realize that in order for you to get this house, you have to... let's say you inherit your third of the house, if he doesn't ever sell it. Because most likely they're going to move out of that house in the next 5 years. So, you would have to, if that didn't happen and they stayed in the house, which I don't think they're gonna do, you would have to, essentially... I think there is a limitation on how high the value of that house can go. I genuinely do. I have a number in mind, and I'm not gonna say it on stream, but there's definitely a cap on what that house can be valued at. In the state that it's in. And because of the way the layout of that house is. Okay, but here's what I'm trying to say. You would need to either A, wait for our parents to pass away, which is probably not for at least another 20 years, in order for the house to be inheritable, in which case you would have to buy out Momo and I of our third inheritance of the house. You understand that, right? Oh, that's not how that works. You can't just do that. Again, that's not how that works. That's not fair in any way, shape, or form to Momo and I. That's, again, not the point. You can't... That's like saying, I get my inheritance, as in you, if I'm speaking from your perspective. I get my inheritance, and I also get your inheritance because you can't sell or use your inheritance until I choose to sell the house. Do you understand how fucked up that sounds? So that's not fair. You get to use your inheritance, and then Momo and I don't get shit. That's why I said you'd have to either buy us out or completely buy the house from Dad. Like, I mean, I guess you could do a reverse mortgage with Dad. But that's a conversation for you and him. I mean, that still doesn't matter. Okay, so the way equity works in houses, let's say you invest 100K into the house, and let's give you another 50K for your sweat equity, right? That doesn't change the fact that if the house is worth, I'm just gonna put a number out, I know what the actual number is. If the house is worth 500,000 and you put 150K worth of sweat equity and actual money into the house is still only valued at 650,000. That 500,000 still gets split 3 ways. So yeah, you'll have a bigger percentage, but you still don't get the 2/3 of the 500,000. I mean, you can if we agree to that. You can't just assume we're gonna agree to that. What if Momo wants to buy a house with her share of her inheritance? What if she wants to buy a house with her share of her inheritance? And it's locked up because you can't pay her. You understand how crazy you sound right now? Like, I'm not trying to say you, shouldn't keep the house. I don't think you should, because I don't think it's worth keeping. Because there are a lot of things that are problematic with the house that you're better off just getting a new house. Okay, I guess. You do realize that Long Island is becoming LA, right? You do understand this. You do understand how much our parents pay in taxes for that house. You are the most stubborn idiot that I know. I'm just putting that out there. You're the most stubborn idiot that I know. Alright. Whatever. If you want to continue this conversation, then you message me in Discord. But I'm ending stream because I have to go to bed. I agree. I'm not saying you can't make it a nice house. But in my mind, and I get it, it's also a nice school district. But you are going to be living in that house where as you increase the value of the house by fixing it, your taxes are going to go up a lot. And then also, the taxes in the neighborhood have been going up a lot just because the neighborhood itself has been coming up a lot. I don't think you will be able to afford to live there unless you get an engineering job where you are getting paid $150,000. Like, I'm being so for real. You have to be making a 6-figure salary to be able to afford living in that house by yourself. Hosting people notwithstanding. I know you know nothing about what you're talking about. That's why I'm trying to educate you, but you're stubborn. You would have better luck. You would have better luck finding a property that is on a train line that goes to New York City, that is accessible within a 1-hour train ride. for a third of the price or less that mom and dad's house is valued at, and probably way nicer, and about this and bigger if not the same size. I guarantee you could do that. But whatever. We'll talk about this when I come down there, because I'm gonna beat your ass. Alright, anyway. Everybody, thank you for sticking around, listening to me yell at my brother, watching me do his model, which we made progress. We made some progress today. Not a lot, but we figured out the shirt. The shirt is now figured out. The pants are now figured out. That was the big issue, because the previous pants looked stupid. Got a lot of work to do. You need to tell me, brother, if you want to change this tattoo or if you want to leave this tattoo. Because remember your original reference image, the tattoo is way different. So you need to give me some information about what you want to do. Because I have a lot of work to do, and I need more information. So if you want to continue this conversation, message me in Discord. And for everybody else, we will be streaming Apex tomorrow without Momo. Because my brother forgot that Momo's flying to Hawaii tomorrow. What do you mean you can't? You're the one who set the schedule, you monkey! Oh my god. This person. What are you doing tomorrow that you can't? Firehouse stuff? To go to the shop. Like Dad's shop? Did you break your car again? What did you break? MP? No, maybe no? What does that even mean? What did you break on your car? You have to remove the door handles? Are they not opening? That's gonna take you the whole day? Like what? You should be back. But you should be back by 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Oh, it can only be done after hours. Alright, well. Alright, stream. My brother's a doofus, and he posted a schedule, and then he broke his car. So, I will probably be doing this again tomorrow. I did not post a schedule because I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing this week. But yeah, so I will be probably continuing his model tomorrow because I really would like to get his model finished before his birthday. But yeah, you do realize for the next 2 weeks we don't have Momo, for Thursday stream. She's back on the 17th, I think she said. Alright, so the next Thursday. Next Thursday is just you and I. Alright, anyway. Thank you everybody for watching. If you are new, please leave a follow on Twitch or a like and a sub on YouTube. It really does help my channels grow. I will be streaming more consistently in the new year. And now that I have this new model, I will be starting to post actual content, long form and shorts. I'm going to be doing a crap ton of recording this weekend with my new model. Didn't get to do it this past weekend because my dad was here and we were fixing shit. And yeah, so. And I was also recovering still, and my voice was kind of cruddy. So, yeah. Please leave follows, likes, and subs. I appreciate it immensely. And have a wonderful night. I will be streaming again tomorrow, probably continuing this model making process, because this is 30% done. Alright. Good night, everybody. Bye!